Andre's dad. Have you guys been able to reach out to him?
Yeah. I have been able to. He just knows that I don't know any information or anything what's going on with his family, but I just know that he's gonna handle his business and we're gonna handle his business here, so he doesn't have to worry about anything. He knows we're all brothers and we got his back every day, so my prayers are going to him, and whatever he has to deal with, he knows here we got to stable it down and hold it down.
You guys have played really, really well these last 3 or so weeks. How much has Boss coming back helped that, and how much has that helped you moving over to guard?
Yeah, I just think it's just about the kind of just the connection and like the chemistry that's been going on these last couple of weeks. Because with online, that's the core fundamental is just being able to look to your left, look to your right, and just know that you're clicking. That he has your back, he's gonna do your assignment. And we've just all grown as a bond. Like I've known these guys maybe like less than like 5 months, so we had to come together quick. We did. Once we started trusting each other and loving each other, like we started playing better together, basically.
Do you like being at guard?
Yeah. I'm gonna play the hardest at any position they put me in, but guard was for sure more a good position just because I'm more comfortable in it, and just because I played it there, my whole life.
How much did things slow down for you? You kind of got thrown into the fire, playing center, first ever game, and then now you're playing guard. How much slower is everything out there now because of that?
I think it's pretty much all the same speed. Of course, I'm not making as much calls and everything, but it's just, I can't take my speed at all, regardless of position I'm at. But when I'm at guard too, I'm able to help Boss out, help the O-line out, because I do have that experience at center. So it's good because now there's eyes at center and at guard for anything that's going on in the backfield.
Do you feel like looking back it was the best for your experience and your development to get that first start at center and kind of get the hardest part out of the way, I guess, because guard you don't have all the calls?
Yeah. I think it was a great experience for me just because center, I was able to just learn the playbook back of my hand and just know it more in depth. Whereas at guard, I probably would have caught on, not as fast, but center for sure prepared me, knowing all the plays and all the calls. It got me very familiar with the offense way quicker.
What's it like out there when Josh Kelly's running all those yards? I mean, how much more fun does that make what you need to do out there when you see that?
Yeah, it just, you love your job, but you just love, seeing the product of what you're doing. And, we love, open up gas and just seeing, 27 fly by us. And Josh is just a great guy. He's so humble. I love seeing him work. I love seeing him get amped up in the games because he's going to keep going. He has a motor, and he trusts us too, and we trust him with everything.
When you see a big run and then you go back for the next snap, does it kind of change your mindset?
Yeah. I feel like it changes. I just feel like it changes the whole mindset because once we get going, we get going. So once we get that first explosive play, try to get into passes, try to get into run blocking, just try to open up the whole field so they don't know where we're coming at. So that first explosive play means a lot because they can get our motor going. And that's what we need, which is speed.
You've also done a better job of protecting Dorian these last couple of weeks. What's gone into that?
Yeah, I just think it's gone into Coach Fry's just continuous coaching and pounding at us, just getting our fundamentals right, breaking bad habits, and making new ones. That's all Coach Fry, just getting us right every week. We're just working on better, working on our pass sets, working on our communication. Because communication is very key. That's one of the big things that we had to work on. And thanks to Coach Fry, we got it all cleared up. And so just communication and just our whereabouts during the game has improved a lot.
Coach Kelly did mention that he thinks there could still be some more improvement with communication.
Yeah.
What else can you work on in that department?
I feel like we can work on anything. Probably just being more vocal and being more loud. Especially at away games. Sometimes you can't hear stuff, and just being able to echo it to the whole line, just so everybody hears. So one person's just not. I didn't hear that play, or everybody knows we're on the same page. Because when we're on the same page, you see what we can do.
Does communication mean like what you're seeing out of the defense before the snap?
Just communication, just knowing what play we're running, knowing where we're going, knowing who's working together, and just like calling out play. So it all comes in together. Just being vocal and just targeting the right areas and the right people.
What specific things has Coach Fry gone over with you this year in terms of, is it footwork or hand placement?
You know, it's like a bunch of different things. I couldn't really just narrow it down to like a few or a couple, but I know he's just gotten better in all of our fundamentals, you know, in the speed, especially in the way we practice. You know, he implements in our practices every day that, you know, you practice how you play. So you can't just come out here and dog something and then expect to come like on Saturday and just like and do that. So you got to practice like you're in game mode, and that's definitely picked up. You know, our practices over the last couple of weeks are like we're in game speed. We're hitting every period like, you know, we're going against our opponent. So that's for sure improved.
In the Cal and Washington games, you guys had some stretches on offense where you were able to run the ball about 4 or 5 times in a row, maybe 6 downs in a row. How nice is that as an offense to be able to do that and not have the pressure of third and long?
It keeps the defense guessing, which is good, you know. So they, you know, they'll drop back more or they'll load up the box, and we can spread them out with the passes. So it's good to have just a good mixture. We're not just like a one-sided team. So, you know, being able to establish that run early in the game makes the defense respect us more. So, which is a great thing.
How much of that is pride as an O-line to be able to establish that run and say we can physically dominate?
I mean, it's just a good thing to know that, you know, when we want to run the ball, we can run the ball, and it's a good thing to have our coaches have trust in us that you know, that we're going to fulfill our duties and, you know, be able to like get a push in the line or, you know, open up gaps. So it's more of a gratitude thing to our coaches for trusting us and that we can you know, do what we need to do.
Last game and a half, we've also seen the defense kind of really take the next step. What are you seeing in practice that's kind of indicating that they're kind of taking their game to the next level too?
I just see people stepping up. I just see people flying to the ball. There's people just all over that you wouldn't even, that they're just, you know, stepping up into the roles, you know, just being more confident, being more vocal on the field, and just, you know, it's energy. Because with defense, all you need is energy, and everybody. You can see it when the people making plays. We're all everybody's running to the ball. Even the offense is coming on the field trying to get a piece. So it's cool to see. It's really cool to see because our defense is looking very good.
Odo was saying that you guys practice so fast and so hard that games seem easy by comparison. Is that by design? I mean, you guys are doing that tempo and crazy in practice, so you're ready for whatever you can do in the game.
Of course. You know, we try to, especially when we go best against best, when we go ones against ones. You know, we're trying to like push the speed and, you know, push the conditioning. So, you know, when we get to the games, it's not as hard. You know, we are better conditioned. So yeah, I would think Coach Kelly is a genius. So he probably did design it that way. So we're not as gassed in the game, because that's very true. You know, sometimes like in practice, you know, I might be gassed, but when I hit game time, I just feel like I'm in perfect condition.
Thanks, Chris.